Mr. Huad, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Bante. Would you like me to co-host to make sure to
Yes.
take care of security?
Yes. Yes.
I'll
yes,
do
yes,
just that then.
Yes.
Thank you. You sound much better, Bante.
Right. Very good evening. After I think 6 weeks, right? We sit like this on the Buddha home. At first, actually, what happened was I went to Sri Lanka, and then we missed 4 weeks here, and then after that I was sick for another 2 weeks. Last week we could do it only from my room because I was not feeling that much good. So this week we are sitting together and we are going to practice this wonderful non-sectarian meditation technique. So before we start, to greet everyone, what we do is we say 3 times together. Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So, dear Dhamma friends, today is the 10th day. So 10th day of our meditation, since we couldn't conduct one, we missed one. So today we were to start the third step of breathing meditation. But still, since we missed that week, so today too we are going to practice the second step of all students. They are going to practice the second step of breathing meditation. New students, so they are asked to practice the first step. That means you pay your attention to the normal breath, the natural breath. So when it is coming in, you will stay aware, and you won't go with the breath all the way in. You will only observe the breath up to the end of your nostrils. When it goes in and when it touches the end of your nostrils, up to that level, up to that area, please observe the movement of your breath. And when it goes in, let it go. And stay very patiently, very calmly until it comes out. Very soon it will come out and it will touch the very same area, the end of your nostrils. And then it will go outside. And so don't try to breathe yourself. Intention. Let the natural breath come. Let the natural breath go. Your job is just to observe. You will become an observer. So if you try to change your breath or control your breath, then you are going out of the track. So because your intention, your objective is to calm your mind down. So whenever you engage in it, then what will happen is, instead of calming your mind down, so you become the doer instead of the observer. So let the flow continue. Let the flow breath continue. Your job is just to observe as it is. If it is gross, you are aware. If it is soft, you are aware. If it is long, you are aware. If it is short, you are aware. Like that, keep on observing. That is for the new meditators. And the old meditators, I want to remind you the second step of breathing meditation. So, since you are all students, and since you almost practice this meditation technique for, I think, 2.5 months, I hope that when I was not teaching too, you were practicing the second step of breathing meditation. So those who forgot it, I want to remind, you are not going to observe the breath all the way to the end of your nostrils. Instead, you will observe the breath within the limited area, below the nostrils and above the upper lip. So you will limit your limit your observation to the area below the nostrils and above the upper lip, within this area. So the breath will come and it will touch. It will touch this area and then it will go inside. What you have to do is, whenever the breath comes and touches, be aware and let it go in. When it comes back to, it will touch the very same area and will go out. So just be aware as it is. So don't try to forcibly get the touch. You can't do that. Then if you go to do like that, then the balance of your mind, you break it. So what you need to do is very patiently, you will observe the natural touch of your breath. Right? It has no any particular visible feature. The only way that you can observe it is the touch, the experience. So very calm. Please observe the experience of your breath, the touch of the breath. And when the breath is not visible, when the breath is not experienceable, at such times, stay patient, stay calmly within that very area, expecting until it comes. Right? When it goes inside, and again until it comes, you have to stay patient. When it is going in, it will touch this and go in, and when it comes out, it will touch this very area and will go out. Very patient. Keep on observing. Very diligently. Develop your inner peace. Develop your inner concentration. Develop your awareness. And at the same time, develop your inner peace, inner happiness. But this happiness is different. You are not going to gain this happiness. This is not the happiness that you gain by entertaining your sensations. For simply achieving the sensations. This is a happiness beyond that. Very powerful. So the more calmness you develop, the more awareness you develop, the more concentration you develop, you will develop a greater happiness inside, a greater contentment, a greater satisfaction. But it's different. It will develop gradually, not at once like the happiness that you develop by entertaining the body. So by touches, by smells, and by sounds, we develop various kinds of happiness. This is not like that. This is spiritual happiness. Let it develop. So may you gain that spiritual happiness too. So but very ardently, first of all for yourself, and then for the other people too. Whenever you develop these positive qualities, the first benefactor is you. And the second benefactor is the other people that you associate in your day-to-day life. So very ardently, very patiently, very diligently, with enthusiasm, please practice for your own benefit and for the other people's benefit. Now everyone, sit very nicely. Please keep your back straight. Please keep your neck straight. And please keep your head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. And now everyone, please close your eyes. First of all, I'm going to pay our respect to the Buddha in stanzas. So before we start the meditation, so this is the tradition. So first of all, everyone, please concentrate on those noble spiritual chantings and soothe your inside, and bring your calmness back and let your mind settle down before you start the meditation. Then after that, we are going to start the meditation. Everyone, please calm down, and it's this very short chant. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimeso bhagava arahan samma sambuddho Vijacharene sampanno sugato lokamido anuttaro purise dhammesarati satta deva manusanam buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo Sannitiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko pachatang veditammo vinyuhiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Udupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samike patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinam chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggala Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakhitam lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with a very alert, very attentive mind, with a diligent, peaceful mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. Pay your entire attention to the breath which is coming in and which is going out. If you are practicing the first step of breathing meditation, please follow those instructions as given. If you are a senior student and practicing the second step of breathing meditation, please practice again according to the instructions. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, very diligently, please start your meditation right now. Please start. Start again. Start observing the breath. Continuously with a good heart mind, with courageous mind. Feel the peace and feel the peace. Keep on observing the breath. Now, everyone, please keep the eyes closed as you were doing during the breathing meditation session. But if your posture is difficult for you, painful for you, not the all meditators, not the all meditators, that are senior meditators, they have to stay until we have to stay without moving the posture until the end of the session because they are practicing, as I mentioned last week, we are practicing the the determination posture. So throughout the meditation time, you try to keep the same posture from the beginning to the end. The other meditators, the new meditators, they can change their posture and but keep the eyes closed. Keep the eyes closed. Very calmly. Very calmly. Let's begin loving kindness meditation. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Spread loving kindness towards yourself. Now, let's share our loving kindness with your dear parents, then teachers, then relatives, and friends. Your parents, your dear mom and dad, then with your teachers, your relatives, and friends. May my parents, teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. If you also become very peaceful, spread love and kindness towards them. Now let's share this loving kindness with the people in the middle. As well, there are people who are uh, neither are enemies, at the same time neither are friends or relatives. We share our loving kindness with all those people who are in the middle. May all those people who are not related to me, The people who are in the middle at the same time, may they also be well, be happy, be peaceful, be very peaceful, spread loving kindness towards people in the middle. Now let's share our loving kindness with the people that we have grudges on. Grudges on. They are the ones, uh, the enemies, our enemies. Before you start spreading loving kindness towards them, please forgive for the mistakes that they have done. And at the same time, if you have done any mistake to hurt them, please ask forgiveness right now with me. My enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful, be very peaceful. Spread loving kindness towards the enemy. Now let's share our loving kindness with all the beings in the universe. At this moment, we think about all the beings, not only human beings, not only insects, not only birds, it includes fish and all the beings being visible, invisible, all the beings. Let's share our loving kindness with those all beings. May all the beings in the whole universe be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. May all the beings in the world be well, be happy, be peaceful. Spread loving kindness towards all the beings. Now you run very calmly and slowly. Please open your eyes. Open your eyes. Let your whole body from top to bottom to relax. Whole body to relax. Now please put your palms together and please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
People. Allow people to.
Dear Dhamma friends, so last week I asked you to do 2 things. So after the 9th week, we start to do these 2 practices. So one thing is, we do the determination sitting. That means during the whole meditation time, so within those 25 to 30 minutes, we don't change our posture. We try to stay with a very strong determination. So that is to boost our inner energy. That means when we do that, there are so many positive things in us which are hidden, positive abilities that are hidden inside. They come out, especially the courage, the patience, ability to endure, tolerance, the ability to tolerate, all such kind of things. There are so many other things. They come out, they develop. So that's why it's a very important part of this meditation technique. So please, during the meditation time, try to sit. Try to sit without changing the posture as much as possible. And that is not for the new meditators, that is only for the senior meditators. Those who join and who are practicing since January, first week of January, not for the others. So the others don't try it because you are not capable enough to do that. So new meditators, please, you can change your posture anyway. It's painful. So only the old students, senior meditators, they can practice that determination, sitting with determination. Number 2, I asked senior students now to use the very concentration that they develop in their day-to-day life. For that, I asked to develop, to adopt one mindfulness habit. So mindfulness habit means, so during your day-to-day life, so it should be an action that you do regularly, daily. Let it be brushing your teeth, so washing your face, or let it be your eating while you are having your lunch, while you are having your breakfast, or maybe it is the time that you take your dinner, or the time that you talk with one of your family members, or while you are sweeping the floor, or while you are cleaning something that you clean daily, or during the time that you have a bath, right? Anything. I asked you to pick one daily action that you do, and you are asked to do that action daily with mindfulness. So, as an example, while you are eating, you do that, being aware that you are eating. Most of the time, when we are eating, we are not actually eating. Mind is thinking about something else, the body is eating. Anymore you are asked not to do like that. While you are eating, you will eat. When you are eating, so let's say you are, so some of you are eating by hand and some of you are eating with the forks, that's fine. So whenever you take the food, so either with the fork or but with the hand or with the sticks, let it be anything. So when you take the food to eat, be aware that you are taking it. You're moving the food. When you pick the food, you're aware that you are picking the food. When you move it towards your mouth, you're aware that you are moving it towards your mouth. When you insert it inside your mouth, you're aware that you are inserting. So when you kept it inside, you are aware that you kept it inside. And when you close your mouth, before you chew it, be aware that you are closing your mouth. Then when you are chewing, should be aware that you are chewing. And then when you feel the taste, be aware that you are feeling the taste. Okay? Right there. So when you swallow it, you should be aware that I am now swallowing my food. So don't let the mind roam and say, let the mind to stay at the office while you are eating. When you are eating, right? You are fully there. If you are brushing, you should be aware that you are brushing. So you should be aware with teeth that you are brushing. When you feel the taste of the toothpaste and so everything about the movements and about everything that you do during that time, you should be aware. So it may be the time that you work from, that you park your car, and that you go to the time that you walk to the office. So you park your car in a particular parking lot at the office. If you are going to the office right now in person, if your office has started in-person participation, then you can make use of the time that you stop your car at a particular spot, parking slot, and then the time that you walk to your office. Some people, they think many things and they walk, and sometimes they get clash with some other people, right? They don't walk well. So you can use that time to walk mindful. So like that, pick such kind of a daily action, and now it's time to make use, to really implicate the concentration that you develop throughout 2.5 months. So please start that. So 2 days, sitting with determination on every Friday, and then mindfulness habit, right? Next week I will ask all the students about your mindfulness habit, what you picked to be mindful, right? So please do that. So if there is any question, now we have some students might have questions. They can ask, they can text me, or if you want, after the meditation session, you can ask, but not for me. Maybe 2-3 people, 2-3 meditators, so they can ask their questions. So today we are going to learn about the third enemy of meditation. So there are, I taught you about 2 enemies of meditation while I was in Sri Lanka. First enemy is addiction to sensual pleasure. In Pali we call it kama chanda. So it obstructs, it harm our day-to-day life, and at the same time it harm our meditation too. Then Then aversion, that is the second enemy of our meditation, and at the same time, second enemy of our life too. So it makes the life miserable. If you are an angry person who gets angry all the time, then it's dangerous. It makes the life miserable. So aversion is the second enemy. What is the third enemy of meditation? Today we are going to learn about that enemy. And then in brief, we are going to learn how to come over it. So third enemy is Thena Mitta. Thena means in psychology, it is called as sloth, the sloth nature. And then Mitta means torpor. Psychology, again, it's called as torpor. But in simple words, we can call it laziness. Laziness is also an enemy. So, what is the nature of sloth? Buddha word sloth. Buddha said Thena. The folding nature of the mind. When you go to do something, the mind folds, right? The mind folds just like a snake. The snake folds, right? Just like that, it rolls itself, right? Just like that, it rolls down, it folds, right? Without doing that. That nature, that is the first nature. And then the freezing nature of the mind. Sometimes the mind freezes, right? So you have to do something, you are scared, you are scared, the mind is not concentrating, you think that you can't do it, just anyhow, you can't do it, and thinking so, your mind freezes. You don't move forward, you don't move backward, nothing. You freeze. So this is the nature of sloth and torpor. Then if you have them, what happens is when they are powerful inside you, you easily give up. You easily give up. Then, so sometimes you postpone and you become sleepy most of the time. Most of the times you sleep if they are powerful. And at the same time, you complain for your failures. You complain on the other people. Oh, because of that person, I became like this. Because of this person, I became like this. You complain. And so you point the finger at the other people, you don't do things. So this is sloth and torpor. Very dangerous. For your day-to-day life, it's dangerous to have. It's an enemy. And at the same time, for meditation, it's a very big enemy. Because there are some people who freeze before they start, who never try. There are some people who continue for some time and then they give up, right? Because these are very powerful. These are inside our mind, and there is no any other way to get rid of them totally except by meditation. Meditation is the only way to get rid of them completely. So if not, there is no any other way. You can use various kinds of things to suppress them for some time, but still they are there. You can't eradicate them. The only way to eradicate them is the meditation. So, so you freeze, you don't give up, you postpone, you become sleepy when you do something, and then you don't feel enthusiastic, right? And you complain. So, sloth and torpor, Thena Mitta, according to Buddha, this nature is the third enemy of our meditation. Then how to come out of this area. So, in your day-to-day life, if you have this, these are the actions according to the Buddha that we can come out of this nation. Number one, developing willingness. When you want to do something, right, you should develop certain kind of willingness about that particular thing, right? You should try to find something that can encourage whatever the task that you're going to do. If it is for something, but if the mind is lazy, at such times you should find in that action something that you feel entertaining, that may please you when you did it. Then thinking about that, develop a willingness. Then sloth and torpor. It doesn't go completely, but you can suppress it until you get rid of it completely later on, but developing in the meditation practice. Then by giving effort, even though it comes, develop, you try again and again, you try. You pray. So even though you feel so much distracted, you feel so much, there are so many lazy thoughts, still you struggle and you let yourself cry, but still you do it. You do it. Understand the right path, you give your entire. Right? So you develop willingness and you give your entire. Number three, develop enthusiasm. Right? Be enthusiastic towards the thing that you do, right? And then there's another thing. Be aware about your eating too. Sometimes sloth and torpor comes when you overeat too. When you eat too much, so if you eat all the way to the neck, then definitely sloth and torpor is bound to come because you are too much full. The Buddha's health advice is always when we eat. So he told at least make space for 4 handfuls of rice. So stop eating. So at least keeping space for 4 handfuls of rice. That means so at least you should make space for 2 glassfuls of water. So you have to stop your eating, because you don't eat to you don't live to eat. You eat always to live. You have to understand this. And during the meditation, if you encounter sloth and torpor, these are the things that you need to do. Number one, that's fine. Change the posture. But don't go out. If still you feel sleepy and lazy, then what you need to do is then mentally, still don't open the eyes. Don't open the eyes. Think about the light. Think about light. Then the mind blooms. So then Buddha says, again, if you feel sleepy, again, if you feel lazy, then go outside. Right? Then go outside, look at the light, look at the sun, and then then wash your face with some cold water, right? And sit outside. And by that way, you can get rid of this laziness temporarily. And then at the same time, you need to associate with good, noble friends who actually practice. And they can encourage you to practice more. So you will develop you develop enthusiasm, you gain inspiration, so you'll be able to get rid of this sloth and torpor. And number 5, talk about the people who endure and develop enormous amount of courage during their practice. Once there was one bhakti called Bhakti. Some robbers. So his wife had an illegal affair, extramarital affair. So she told Bhakti one day will disrobe and will come home and will take. Bhakti had the right for all the property. He will take all the properties. Before that, she needs spirit. So she sent some coolies to kill him. So they went and they surrounded Bhakti. He was in the forest, meditating, surrounded Bhakti and told him that they are going to kill him. Then Bhakti asked them to give him some time. They said no. Then Bhakti said at least to give him time until the next morning, because still he has not yet achieved the enlightenment. He knew the path, he's advanced, but still he is not yet achieved that goal. He wanted to practice hard. So then they said no, because you will run away. You will take the opportunity and you will run away. Then Bhakti took a stone, a huge stone, and broke his both legs. While bleeding, he asked them, "Do you believe in that?" They didn't have any answer. They said yes. So Bhakti with bleeding legs, he meditated until the next morning. And finally in the morning, he became an enlightened monk. Then the murderers who came to murder him, they felt the change. Finally, they knelt down in front of him and asked him to make them his students. Finally, all the murderers who came who took money, all those coolies who took money to murder him, they became his disciples, and they also later became enlightened monks. So like that, you need to talk about such kind of people, spiritual people who practice very ardently, and it can encourage you too, and then you can come out of sloth and torpor. So please practice these things, and by that way, you will be able to conquer your the laziness. Right? Now let's thank everyone. Today, two of us got together and practiced this noble technique of meditation and accumulated a lot of positive energy. First of all, let's share this positive energy with all the sick people in the world, and also with the people who are suffering because of the war in Russia and between Russia and Ukraine. May all those people be healthy. May no harm come to them. May they be able to live with good health, peace of mind, and comfort. May this positive energy be with all of us. May all of us be able to practice very ardently, with right understanding. And finally, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate. Amivadena silisse niccang vanda pacainu Cattaro dhamma vaddanti Ayuvangno sukhang balam Ayurarogya sampatti Sagya sampatti mevate Ato nibbana sampatti iminahati samijjatu. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May all of you be very, very peaceful. 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 Good night to everyone. See you all in the next week. Good night to everyone. Mr. Howard, thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, Bante. Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Grace.
Yes, good night, Bante. I see you soon.
Yeah. Jaime, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you.
All right. Pragati and Rahul, good night.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you.
All right. Mrs. Liz, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you.
Oh, Mrs. Delaney, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you very much.
May you be happy. And maybe. Is this Miss Meena? All right. There's a newcomer, I think. Is there a newcomer? Oh, right, Miss Balaji.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.